How heavy do you carry your chaos? What if the storms you fear aren't meant to be outrun but befriended? Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You live on a peaceful island. It's your sanctuary, your center, your home. But no matter how tranquil home is, at some point you have a calling to explore new shores. To leave your island, you must cross unfamiliar waters, not always calm, not always welcoming, sometimes dangerous. These waters are your unresolved issues, your inner storms, your past wounds, the sharks that swirl around your boat, and now you have a choice. You can try to outrun them. You can circle back, stay put, or you can learn to settle the waters, to feed the sharks, not with fear, but with presence, so they no longer hunt you. And when the sharks are quiet, you can journey forward, exploring, expanding, and thriving, no longer bound by what you fled from. This is the essence of Taoist mastery. Tao Te Ching, chapter 26. Gravity is the root of lightness. Calm is the master of excitement. Thereby do exemplary people travel all day without leaving their equipment. Though they have a look of prosperity, their resting place is transcendent. What can be done about heads of state who take the world lightly in their own self-interest? Lack of gravity loses servants of state. Instability loses heads of state. Let's unpack this in alignment with our metaphor. Gravity is the root of lightness. Deep grounding gives you the freedom to move expansively. Calm is the master of excitement. A settled mind masters inner turmoil. Travel without leaving your equipment. You can journey through turbulent waters without losing your rootedness. In performance, leadership, and life, these are not just poetic metaphors, they're practical laws. Gravity, the anchor in turbulent waters. Let's begin with gravity. Gravity isn't weight, it's depth. Just like an anchor keeps your boat from drifting when the current picks up, internal gravity is your ability to hold center under pressure. Without it, even small waves feel like disasters. This lack of gravity is what Laozi warns about. We become volatile, reactive, and fragile when we live in a state of shallow awareness. I once trained a runner who was anxious before every race. Her mind raced, her breath scrambled, her performances were frantic, unfocused. We introduced a gravity practice, 30 seconds of rooted standing, feeling her bones into the earth before every warm-up. Her focus shifted, breath slowed, and pace returned. The race hasn't changed, the wind hasn't changed, but I have changed, she said. That's gravity, that's internal mass, a sense of presence so solid that it doesn't get tossed about. Here is an application tip. Begin each practice or stressful situation with 1 minute of grounding, and whether standing, breathing, or simply sitting still, let your bones reconnect to the earth beneath you. Make it a ritual. The calm, settling the sharks beneath the waves. Now, let's talk about calm. Calm isn't fighting the shark. Calm is offering yourself and your attention to the shark, letting the water still. It's not a doing, it's a dissolving. Think of your internal disturbances, the doubts, the critique, the adrenaline. They spike, they churn, they chase. These are the sharks in your water. To settle them, speak softly to the chaos. Breathe absorbent, spacious breaths. Let the energy pass rather than feed it. Every time you've tried to outrun these sharks, panic attacks, depression, self-doubt, the sharks got louder afterward because fear fuels fear. But when you practice calm, you feed the sharks peace. Your attention calms them. The waters settle, and your boat becomes steady enough to sail. Now imagine this. Those sharks are not your enemies. They are unmet needs, suppressed emotions, or fears waiting to be acknowledged. When you feed them awareness, they transform. During moments of inner agitation, whisper, "I am still." Take 5 deep breaths. Imagine the shark's movements slowing and softening. Over time, your waters become navigable. Traveling with your equipment, strong yet flexible. Laozi says exemplary people travel all day without leaving their equipment. Your equipment is not external, it's your inner practice. It's your breath, your mindset, your rituals, your self-trust. When we cross into new territory, challenges, competition, parenting, leadership, we often abandon our tools. We try to adapt by becoming hyper-reactive, and in doing so, we lose ourselves. When you bring your equipment, you stay aligned, you remain resourceful, you engage without collapse. I worked with a studio owner scaling to 3 new locations. The stress led him to skip his practice, his breath work, his journaling. His health declined, communication broke down, vision blurred. We reset one thing, morning ritual 10 minutes, no compromise. Just 10 minutes gave me the clarity I needed to make a month's worth of decisions, he told me. That's traveling with equipment. It's not about perfection, it's about remembering. Choose one foundational ritual, silence, breath, gratitude, and anchor it into your day. Treat it as your compass. From islands to horizons, becoming a master of the waters. Let's revisit our island metaphor. Your island is your center, but to live a full life, you must voyage beyond it. The waters you cross will reflect your emotional and spiritual readiness. When you've calmed the sharks of your past, you cross with confidence. You travel with lightness because you carry weight. You become a friend of the sea, not a victim of its waves. Every new shark that arises, self-doubt, fear, external criticism, is another chance to deepen your practice. Power quote, "Your past storms become your map, not your prison." And now, the key part. If we run from the sharks, we stir them up. We delay the inevitable, but if we learn to befriend them, to listen, to understand, to feed them peace, they stop being our predators. They become part of our journey. And when we step off our islands again to grow, to explore, to perform, we do so free from the ghosts of old chaos. Let's anchor this into a daily practice. 1. Ground your gravity. Stand or sit. Feel your core descend. Take 3 slow breaths into your belly. 2. Settle the shark. Identify one inner chaos you're avoiding. Visualize it as a shark in the water. Speak softly to it. I'm here. I see you. Let's be still. 3. Equip your journey. Choose a single internal tool, breath, mantra, gesture. Say to yourself, I travel with this. 4. Step off the island. Imagine taking one step off the island. Know the sharks are calm. Know the sea is yours to cross. Let gravity guide you. Laozi's words are more than verse. They are navigational wisdom. Gravity grants you lightness. Calm steadies your storms. Presence outlasts panic. Settle your inner seas and you'll find that the world opens to you. Not because it has changed, but because you have. The sharks will still be there, but now they swim beside you. And when the next horizon calls, you'll cross with strength, not struggle. Be the one who brings gravity into the moment. That is the Tao. That is the way.